Well, hello, everyone.
Everyone, we're back in hiatus. How are you guys doing?
Yay.
Hi, it's Mark,
And I'm Michael.
and we're here visiting. We're back again today on our set as always. Sorry guys, we that you missed us. We've been very busy with our schedules and things, but today was a great day for us to sit down and actually go over some topics with you guys. So, how do you feel about that, Mikey? Today?
Obviously, welcome to Luxurious Living Channel, one. And two, make sure
Yes,
you comment, rate,
like,
subscribe,
subscribe,
all those things. Yeah, do all those
and
things.
stars. Hit all the things. Do all the things.
Yeah,
We appreciate you
I do all
doing
the
the
things.
things. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So,
So yeah.
Mark, you start first. What you got for me today?
Sure. Okay, so we have today. So my first topic is going to be something interesting. A woman drives through Popeye's restaurant because he forgot her. Oh, before you go into this topic, so I tell you. So the topics we're going to go over, they're all news articles. Most of them are all ones that are probably around either they're international or they could be United States, Canada. Mostly probably where we're geared to where we're from. We're not going. You're not going to know every topic. Michael doesn't know every topic. I'm going to go over Michael, and I don't know his either. So we're all going off our raw, our honest reactions to them. So that's a cool thing about this cast. So here we go with my question. So my topic. So topic is a woman drove into a Popeyes restaurant because they forgot her biscuits with her order. So basically, this lady drove through a drive-through. She was upset because pretty much they never ordered correct. So she ended up getting so angry, she took her car, drove through the driveway, and crashed into the Popeyes. So what do you think about this, Michael?
What kind of tree? What kind of weird? I'm saying this is just ridiculous. I can't believe.
Tree?
Yeah, I'm trying to say foolery and you know tomfoolery. So what's it
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's ridiculous. I think honestly, just go inside and get your biscuits. Everyone's had the moment where you don't get what you need in your bag or whatever. So you all you do is you drive up to the building, you go inside, tell them, hey, I'm missing this, and get your stuff. That's all you gotta do.
Even though I'm vegetarian, I've been a vegetarian for a long time, but I know that Popeye's biscuits be busting, but not like that. Not like
Do you busting through the store, busting through the side of the restaurant?
busting through the restaurant through the
Yeah,
front doors.
yeah, I'm being
It's giving foolery. I agree. There's no need for that. I think our society's gotten to the point where we get so angry for no reason, we just lash out, and I think we need to kind of take a minute about thinking about the damage you're causing, not just to
yeah.
yourself, but to other people, danger, putting everyone's lives
I
at
mean,
stake.
that's the
That's
definition of
wild.
angry. That's the definition of the fool. That's like in the Webster, Merriam-Webster's dictionary for hangry. That definitely would be bad
Angry, yeah, for sure.
for sure. It's giving that. It's giving that. I feel like
It's definitely
um.
that.
So my topic, mine's a little bit more serious than yours. Um. So you know that I guess the U.S. government started to crack down on child labor laws, which is really cool. The Times found child labor laws in America supply chain of many major brands and retailers. Some of them include Walmart, General Motors, Ford, J. Crew, Target, Fruit of the Loom. What else? Whole Foods, Ben and Jerry. There's so many of them. So I want to say I can't remember the number. I want to say it was either 50,000 or 58,000. It's around that number. They found
Mhm.
that during COVID they brought in illegal immigrant kids to do all the labor with all of it. Now they're cracking
Oh,
down, and they're going to crack down and stop it because some of the machinery is dangerous. Like using conveyor belts that sometimes it might be intricate things you have to do, and kids it's hard for them to keep up with that kind of
mhm.
those type of material or that type of machinery. So that they're prone to get injured worse than adult, but they get paid less because they're kids, right? So that's I'm thinking the kids are probably send their money back to their family. So the government wants to crack down to stop it and just basically charge a fine. I think it was like 5,000 or something, $5,127 per child. Which is not, if you think about it, that's not that much because like if they're making millions and millions and millions and billions of dollars. It's not much. But what do
No.
you think about the child labor stuff?
I think the fine should definitely be higher for sure. I think you kind of led the conversation anyway because that's what I'm gonna kind of finish off where you're heading to it. I think you're right when it comes to like kids being in working at these places. It's not safe, so it's not cool to have kids. Not to mention they're developing their mind, their body, so it's not good to have them to be doing things that adults should be doing. So I think that's definitely a horrible path to go on. I think also you're taking away from people who actually desperately need jobs in this kind of in this time society. Like people need a lot more jobs. So for them to kind of crack down on it now, I think it probably shown a light more on it now because now it's kind of like we're unemployed. So it's helping to kind of make people make sure that they're in line with working conditions. So
Yeah, and so this is the worst condition was at Cheetos because the dust particles from the Cheetos.
Oh yeah,
hurt the kids' lungs and stuff. It's like
the hot Cheeto,
Chester Cheetah hurt the kids. Chester Cheetah hurt the kids.
So you're saying the cheesy hot Cheetos particles is getting too
it's burning kids' lungs. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at that. That's serious. It's just ridiculous that. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing because it's ridiculous of like kids being in a situation like that. That's ridiculous. The hands are orange.
That's true. That's bad. That's horrible.
All right, so it's your turn. Why are you laughing though? See, your turn.
That's
your turn.
Your reaction. So okay. So a man in Santa Cruz, California. Wait to hear this one. A man in Santa Cruz, California is terrorizing people. Police said that the man has been bothering parents to try to get them to pay him for poses with their kids, and he's dressed as Cookie Monster. So what do you think about this particular?
I thought you're trying to make me laugh. Cookie Monster. That's insane. That's insane. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So if you know me, I'm a huge Cookie Monster fan. I'm offended to my core. How dare you attack kids as a Cookie Monster myself? I find that's unfair. It's horrible. I find it funny. I find it hilarious.
Like, I like Animal. Animal's my character on Such a Street, but a close second is Cookie Monster. So yeah, that's ridiculous. Like there's like a false sense of comfort. You just like she straight up attached to that kids. I can't believe it. What's up? All these crazy kid stuff going on. It's weird.
I don't know. It's so weird. I like everyone protect themselves out here. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's insane. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
So I think it's my turn. So
yes,
the next topic. So residents stranded by snowfall in Southern California should be stuck for another week. San Bernardino County Sheriff Shannon Dickus estimates was an improvement in the outlook, which previous forecast was up to 2 weeks. So what do you think about that? People are stuck in snow in Southern California.
I can believe it. We've had so much inclement weather the last couple of weeks with rain and hail, and I actually was in a hailstorm last week. So yeah, it's pretty bad, especially if you're in the Tahoe or areas where you get lots of snow. It's very heavy. So I would advise people who are actually in those areas to be very careful. For sure, I think it's definitely a sign of global warming. I think, yes, we should be getting rain. That does happen, typically in California, but heavy snow, especially we got snow in Sacramento. These are things that are unprecedented, things that are unusual. So I think we need to be more cautious about our environment and also what we're doing to the earth to make it cause it to do these weird things. So what do you think, bro?
Yeah, I think because you want to see a lot of freak weather in places that you normally wouldn't see. I think the opposite weather that it should be. I think it's just, you say, because of things that are happening in the environment. Yeah, that's all I can say. Mm-hmm. So back to you.
I think it's my go. So yeah. So the next thing I have is very interesting. There's a new drug out there called xylazine, and they call it Trank. It's often mixed with other drugs such as fentanyl, heroin, and cocaine. It's an animal muscle relaxant, and it's said to increase the length of particular high opioid users, the highs in opioid users. It also creates if you continuously use it, it creates a rotting bodies type of reaction to your own self, and also it causes, this is, it's really heavy and people overdosing in it because of those things. So, what do you think about this particular new drug that's
So
out
when
called
you say
Restream?
rotten body, you mean like your body rots the inside? Or you mean?
Your body rots. Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
that's
these drugs are.
really
It's called
wow.
the zombie drug.
I feel like it's a fake drug off. What's that show called? With
Last of
Planeteers?
Us or The Walking
No,
Dead.
it was Planeteers with all the what's it called? Remember?
Uh, Captain
I
Planet.
can't Planet. Yeah, like remember Bliss? It's like that. I need more Bliss.
What's happening? No,
I
no,
guess.
no.
It sounds
I feel
made up.
like
That's crazy. So it's really strong.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think these new drugs are crazy. I think just in general, I think people need to be careful. I think it's wild that people resort to those type of things to make themselves feel better. I know a lot of us are trying to get away from our, thinking about what situations we're in currently or this or that. But I think also, what about meditation? What about prayer? What about things
Yeah.
that help you to be better as far as mentally? I think physical items. I think people are looking for a physical fix, but I think you need to look internal. That'd be my standpoint on it. So what do you think, bro, about this? Do you think it's what do you think about it? Why do you think they created something like this?
I think people are looking for a new high or newer depth to their high, I guess. So I think that would never change with human beings. Just the danger levels are just going higher. I think that's kind of we have to watch out for that. It's very, it's getting kind of, I don't know, dangerous. So to make sure we really take care and test and make sure that that you're safe. You're doing your stuff, or that it's from a good source because you don't want to end up with something that gives you blood rot or whatever it is. I don't know what it's called.
Zombie.
So, yeah,
Become a zombie.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
that's bad.
Uh, okay. Okay, I think it's on me, right? So,
Yeah.
a man was arrested for blowing up two PGEs transformers. Let's see. Let's see. Well, PGE is specific gas electric transformers. And alleged he had large amounts of explosive materials and inactive methamphetamines lab in his home. Authorities said. Let me tell you something. So he's blowing up things around his town. They went to his house, found he had a complete meth lab.
I mean, I know this
And
was
this,
around when
this is in
big.
San Jose. San Jose. The guy's name was Peter Karasev. He's 36 years
Guy
old.
here. What? Guess it's Merry Crystal Meth Mess. I mean,
I
that's
mean,
wild. I don't understand why people would. I mean, I get as far as like the want to make money, but I feel like making drugs in your home, that's wild to me. I feel like that's insane. I feel like there's just the danger of it alone. Drugs, number one, but then the danger of it alone, as far as like the chemical, anything can happen where you put your whole thing could blow up, and then not just that, but also being at another that particular drug, and also being at a place where you're causing other explosions. Why wouldn't you think they look at they definitely go back to your home and check and see what you have there. So
yeah,
I think it's just ridiculous. I think it's crazy. I hope no one got too hurt or damaged. I hope everyone's okay. That's a wild story.
that's a crazy story. Imagine being a neighbor. I feel like if your house is next to houses like that, I think your property value goes down a lot. I imagine because like you possibly have your house explode or be on cut on fire from that the house beside you, right? So that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But no, I've heard meth is on the rise in the states, and it's sad. I think my friend Quinn, who actually she shout out to her, she's a respiratory therapist. She talk about things like different respiratory problems. People come in to see her a lot, and we were talking about how there are now meth users, or you don't even know that they're meth users because they're so professional in what they do, but they still do meth too, which is wild. I don't know
Yeah,
how.
because meth. I the same component in Adderall, or I think it's in meth, which makes you like hyper focused. You work really well because you hyper focused, right?
Yeah, but I just don't see like I know most of the times I've heard that people they make you rot your teeth and stuff like that because you're not paying attention to that. You're too busy worrying about your high. So I thought that's to me anything like that's crazy to me. But
Yeah.
anyway, I digress. I'll go to my story. So my story is there was a Super Bowl cleaning attendant that was dragged to death. Police say the witnesses told them that he was killed while trying to help move a tent with a utility terrain vehicle. When it drove away, it accidentally dragged him. He got
Oh
caught.
no! Oh, like drag like He got caught with his sleeve arm.
Like a horse, kind of like medieval times type
Yeah,
drag.
that's scary. That's really scary, man. That's a horrible way to die.
Yeah,
That's
can you
horrible.
imagine like the arm curse like that? That's gotta be bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. Like I don't. Oof, I feel so. I feel I don't know, condolences to his family and to like his friends and stuff. That's a freak accident. That's really sad. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say about that. How about you?
And not just that, for it to be one of the nation's biggest kind of times to get together and celebrate like football season, for it to happen right after that, it is really sad. So
Yeah.
condolences to that family.
Yeah.
Here you go, bro.
All right, Marker. All right. Authorities are investigating after a hiker was found dead on a Pacific Palisades trail Saturday afternoon in California. Hiker is an adult male, but his identity has not been released by the Los Angeles Fire Department. Emergency crews responded to the 1500 block of Buena Vista Avenue around 12:58 p.m. When we arrived on the scene, the bystanders had been performing CPR on the victim. And yeah, it says fire crews took over resuscitating measures for about 20 minutes before the man was declared dead at the scene. There's no other news released at this time. What do you think about that?
Wow, that's sad. That's really
Yeah.
sad too. Yeah, oof. I mean, my condolences to those people too. That's just sad. I mean, I think because of in general, I think you're going to see a lot more freak accidents because of things that have happened. Like also, I think in general we have to kind of get used to because of we're becoming a larger population, so crazier things are going to happen. Unfortunately, just the law of averages and numbers. But I think we do want to make sure we minimize them as much as possible.
Yeah.
So
I would say it's like it's really good to have some sort of a device like either iWatch or something or anything. So if you do have a spike in heart rate or something happens where you just suddenly stop moving or something. Like I think by my watch you can press a certain button and it acts as emergency mode. I mean, they immediately will call the police to get you help and stuff. I think that's really helpful, especially if you're very active. You like to go hiking or far away somewhere or to get exercise. Make sure you have some sort of something to get in contact with somebody in case something happens to you.
or also even just using a buddy system. Sometimes it's just good just to text someone, let them know where you're going. If you know it's going to be somewhere, it's going to be way out in the woods, and you're not going to have a lot of reception. Just to let. I saw this actually movie. I want you to see the movie. It's really good. I saw it with this person I was seeing. We watched it. It's called The Tower, and it's basically about these people. It's these two hikers that basically they're climbers, and they I guess in the beginning of the movie something tragically happens. You get to see it, but then they decide later on, okay, well maybe we'll do a one big hike to kind of celebrate everything and to go out. So they would decide to go hiking, climb up a cell tower, but then they get stuck up there. It's so good.
Oh yeah, I saw previews of that movie.
Yeah, it's really good. I was shocked. I thought at first it's gonna be kind of lame, but honestly, it was probably one of the best movies I've seen this year. It's really good.
That's great. It's crazy. Oof,
That's it. Okay, so my last story it's about a New Jersey teacher who's in trouble for mistakenly showing his class inappropriate images of scantily clad women. The teacher, who was not named, was placed on leave after he was watching on his computer showed a projector screen behind him. The high school students were watching nude pictures of women and things of that.
Oh no!
Mike, can you relate to this?
Oh my goodness! So one time we were in college, that actually happened. Where we were sort of teaching us PowerPoint, and the teacher's his stuff he's watching showed up on the.
So before we begin. Go with this story. So, if you guys didn't know, me and my brother went to the same school together. We went to Tuskegee University. So, we both actually my brother actually told me, hey, Mark, you should join this class, computer class, it'll be fun. And I need another lecture. I said, sure, I'll go. So, we actually ended up going to being the same class, which is ironic. But go ahead, Miles, continue the story.
Yeah, so yeah, the teacher was trying to show us how to do something. Basically, he showed his own personal images instead of the instructed information, which it showed a woman like in different positions with the chair and stuff. It was so funny. It was so embarrassing that the teacher didn't talk to the rest of the class. So I mean, it happens. I feel like you'd really be. I think honestly, that's why it's really important to have either separate your own personal computer and a computer for. It just makes it safer. Yeah, I feel like anytime you're using work computers to do personal stuff, that's gonna happen. That's gonna end up happening.
Or just in general, if you think about doing, watching things like that, we're all adults. Just can you not do that on your work computer? That's like I like to just make sure that you keep your bases covered with work and with personal, with private and separate. Because yeah, I mean, this class was so hilarious. Like we all saw it, we were all shocked. All the girls were like shocked, and then just everybody laughed when our class period when we saw that. So yeah, be careful with that.
All right, so we'll be right back for our last story. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, we are back.
Hello.
Yeah. So back to our last story. So sorry, thousands of people have been left without shelter after massive fire broke out in the crowded Rohingya refugee encampment in southern Bangladesh. The blaze, which is now under control, engulfed some 2,000 shelters at Cox's Bazar camp on Sunday. It's estimated about 12,000 people, most of whom escaped violence in neighborhoods of Myanmar, have their accommodations destroyed. What do you think about that?
I think it's been sad. Just all the developments have been happening in Turkey, Bangladesh, all those other areas, because I don't know if you guys knew about the earthquake last week, and now this week is a fire in Bangladesh. I think it's sad because I think these people, they're very I feel like they're very happy. They're normally very happy and very proud people where they come from, but it sucks because I feel like their living structures aren't always the best, and also their living conditions aren't always the best too when it comes to safety. So I think they definitely need to have a better structural, sound way of actually getting things built. I think they should actually get on their government about making sure things are more safer for their communities because I hope things will get better, but if they don't change anything, it'll be the same process over and over again if you don't fix anything. So
yeah, especially if also I think also if you're on top of each other, houses are on top of each other and stuff, that causes issues of things burning really fast, right? So I think it just takes better planning and better structure composition, I guess. We can help a lot. I have some quickies too. I heard there was another train crash in Ohio. I didn't get a chance to really read up the story yet, so we'll maybe talk about it next time. So like another chemical train that was
oh
derailed.
no.
So we'll try to touch on it next time. Yeah. So is anyone you want to add before we end the show, Mark?
No, just guys, make sure that whenever you hear us on here, or if you see us, we want to hear from you. Just definitely message us. We want to hear your responses. We want to make sure we're giving you what you want, what you need, on this channel. That's what we're here to do. So yeah, message us and let us know what you want to hear about. If we can actually switch up some topics. We can actually hear. We love to have maybe somebody on the show if you're willing to promote your business or promote your music or whatever. We'd be more than happy to have you on because we're about giving back at this channel.
Absolutely. So thank you guys so much for joining our show. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. So important you do that. And yeah, reach out. We'll reach back. And if you notice you comment, we always try to comment back. So thanks again for your time. Thank you for coming to the Luxuryus Lounge. And we'll see you.
Happy Sunday.
Bye.